Hello everyone, this is Sumarov, and today we are taking a look at the Kingdom Expedition Last Battle. Because many players are maybe used to how it can work, how KVKs can work in other games. And so they may end up choosing wrong strategies and doing bad choices for some reasons. So first of all, let's just check a little bit about the rules of the Kingdom Expedition. So let's check the rules. The final battle, as we see, this temple area with the altars and the spawning points will be available 60 minutes after the last battle begins, and then 5 minutes later the temple will be available. Okay, so you have the buildings. Okay, so this is the spawning points. It's like a frontier camp. I will show you after on the map where it is, then the altars and the temple. Okay, points earned. Okay, final battle. Let's check. Defeat, injure soldiers. Okay. That's it. Okay. I hope you understand what this means. The only way you will score points during the final battle is by defeating, basically killing and injuring enemies during the battle. That's the only way you will score. Which means that basically, sorry for the noise, it means that basically the temple doesn't bring points. The altars doesn't bring points. Well, don't bring points, excuse me for my English. It's a very important thing because I see sometimes here in my kingdom players who really want to be in the temple. The temple has no values. The only thing that it will bring is that if you see the kingdom occupying the temple for a total of 4 hours will be the winner. If either kingdom fails to hit the target, the one that occupies the temple for more hours will win. So basically, what you want just about the temple, the only thing you want about the temple is that your kingdom occupies the enemy temple for 4 hours. That's it. If you do it, you win the KVK. You win it. Whatever the final score are. So for example, you could have less score during the final battle than the enemy. You will still win if you hold the temple for 4 hours. That's it. And you will have the winner rewards. They are not insane. Okay, it's not a huge deal, but still. And this means that you have to build your strategy toward holding the temple. Whether you are on the defense or on the offense, you want to have your best assets for the temple. Okay, so let's just take a look at the map of the temple, which I already shown in another video about the temple itself. So during the KVK, the temple will be completely locked down. Okay, no one is able to enter the area from outside. It's impossible. You will have to basically go here, Kingdom Expedition, go to Event, and here you will have a Start Expedition, and then you have the possibility to join the temple. But basically, you need to first go in the enemy kingdom if you're invading. For example, we will be invading. We need to first invade the kingdom. So you will relocate your castle inside the enemy kingdom, and then you can join their temple area. And your castle won't be protected while you're fighting in the temple area. So you can be rallied, you can be destroyed, you can be whatever. Okay? Always keep that in mind. You will be in war, and you can be under attack at any moment. So, here, the temple. So you get the altars, and on the west side, and on the opposite, on the east side, you get spawning points and safe areas around it. So this will be the attackers' spawning point. So here you will have the tent for the attackers. Okay, they will all have the same tent, and here it's a safe place for the troops. Troops cannot be attacked by the enemy here, inside here. On the other side, you get the defenders area, and it's exactly the same. Same rules, frontier camp here, and here it's a safe area. And then, if we zoom out a little bit, we see that basically in this area you get the ancient temple in the middle, a north altar, west altar, south altar, and east altar. The altars, every 30 seconds, they will deal damage to the temple if the kingdom are not the same between the altar and the kingdom and the temple. Excuse me. So basically, if you are holding the temple, you want all the altars to be held by someone from your kingdom, whatever the alliance, because your whole kingdom at this moment is allied. But what is interesting to see is that, for example, because we will be talking first about the altars, here, this altar is right next to the defenders, okay? It means that this one is the hardest to get, to capture, and to keep. And why? Because it's so close to the enemy starting point. So they can rally it over and over again easily. You will not have a chance to counter rally it easily. While, for example, a rally which has to cross the entire map to attack here, well, you can counter rally it pretty easily, and you can send reinforcements very easily from here. But there, it's more difficult. The enemy can send reinforcements inside when you are hitting with a rally. Basically, it's super easy to control when it's close to you. And so, you want a strong alliance inside it. Then, the one on your side, it's easy for you to control. So, it can be a lower might alliance. Keep an alliance from top 5 if possible, but you can put a smaller alliance than the top one. Then north and south, they're basically the same, and both can be easily attacked and easily defended because both are at the same distance from every base. So basically, every side has the same chance with them. So it really comes to who is inside to hold it. So keep alliances that can hold themselves in a fight to give them such altars, okay? And then about the temple. So it's not about the biggest alliance or something, it's about the guy who will have the best stat to be holding the temple until the end, and to capture it in the first time, because for example, tomorrow we will be invading. Before the shields drops, the enemy will have a chance to put a garrison inside, because they can. The temple is open to put a garrison inside for the alliance holding the temple at this moment, and so we will need to rally it. And so you need a big rally, because a 2 million garrison, if they put a strong player, but well, you need a really strong player, and with the best stat possible. But then you need to be able to hold the temple against any counter attack, and remember that any of the buildings here can have a double, triple, quadruple rallies if possible. And so you want the guy with the big stats. And so it's not about the alliance, it's about the guy with the big stats. It also needs, obviously, that this guy with the highest stats in the kingdom will have enough fillers in his alliance. So for example, let's say in our kingdom, I will show you, we have 2 whales. We get Tieman and Hitman. And Tieman is the strongest player when it comes to killing people. I'll just let you have a look at that, okay? That's bad. You don't want to take Tieman on your face because it will hurt. Hitman is also age 13, but his gear, his mounts, and his overall stuff is not on par with Tieman, okay? We are way behind Tieman when it comes to battle stats. And so, basically, on paper, I want Tieman every time in the temple. There is no question about it. Whatever the alliance Tieman is, I want him to be in the temple. Except if he is in a very small alliance, for example, and that the guys cannot even fill his rally and cannot have a garrison of 2 million T7. Otherwise, in any other situation, it can be in pretty much any alliance of the top 10, I will give the alliance the mission to control the temple, because they will be with Tieman and they will be able to hold themselves with him. So yeah, basically, it's how it works when you want to prepare your plan. Honestly, it should work like that if you're in a kingdom where everyone is ready to work together. But then, obviously, in many kingdoms, you will have to deal with political things and do some diplomacy as well. But yeah, it's important that when you have many big players, or even, for example, 1 or 2 whales, that the best player when it comes to stats is in the temple. It's how you will hold the temple for as long as possible until you get the victory. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, remember, the Ancient Temple doesn't give you points. It's not like, for example, I remember when I played Lords Mobile. In Lords Mobile, holding the main fort, I don't even remember the name of the thing, but at the center of the kingdom you had also the equivalent of the Ancient Temple. And during the KVKs you could get points by having your troops inside for quite some time. And you would do some diplomacy with the other alliances to control it so that everyone could get some points. And you would also get the forts, etc. Here in this game, holding the temple doesn't bring you any sort of point. And I really mean it. You don't get anything. I showed you how you will score. It's only by killing troops. The temple doesn't bring you anything. And then, once you have captured the temple, your alliance will hold it for like 5 days. While you are holding it, you can't do anything with it. You can't deal with the titles, you can't deal with any blessings, you can't deal with anything regarding to the enemy kingdom that you just vanquished. So, having someone push toward getting the temple for personal reason, because you want to show that you want to say, yeah, we are the biggest alliance, I am one of the biggest player, I want to take the temple. It's irrelevant because it doesn't bring you anything. Anything. And basically, even if you fall on a weak kingdom, but then it's for other reasons that you shouldn't do this anyway. But the alliance controlling the altar next to the enemy should have way more fights than an alliance holding the temple with a super strong player. Okay? Because, for example, we will put Timon in the temple tomorrow, and no one in Andalusia is able to win against Timon. They can even double rally, they will get wrecked. And anyway, they will not even have a 2 million rally. They could have 1.5 million rally going on, and that's it. And they will get wrecked. So basically, I don't believe that they will even try it. Once Timon is inside, they won't even try it. But here, on the Atlantis Altar West, yeah, they get a chance. Because, I mean, first off, the guy inside is not as strong. It will be Hitman. He's strong. There's no question about it. But he's not that strong. They will be able to counter if they want. And they will be very close to be refilling the rally if needed. And they can also double a triple rally. And here it's limited to 1 million. So more alliances are able to come to join rallies. So, I mean, it's really possible to retake the altar from someone like Hitman. And so there will be fight here. And so basically, holding yourself in this area gives you more chance to get points than getting the Ancient Temple. It's not always the case. For example, when you are against a kingdom with the same chance as you to take it, obviously it will change hands several times, and it will in the end come to the kingdom with the more troops, the most troops, and still able to continue to rally and take rallies and come back, etc. And the kingdom able to do that will end up winning. But when you have such a difference, then the guys inside the temple, they will not fight. They will not fight. Here they will fight. And then there will be all the fight around with the troops going back and forth until one side is cornered in their safe areas. So yeah, that was about all what I wanted to show you, and to insist on the fact that when you build a strategy, it's all about choosing the right person to hold the temple. It's not about the alliance, it's about the person who will hold the garrison toward victory, because the temple has only an importance regarding the final victory of the kingdom itself. It doesn't bring you or your alliance more points than the others if you have it. And as I said, after the battle, having it doesn't bring you anything. So yeah, that was it. I hope it was interesting for you. And if you have any question, you can let me a message, let me a comment, and I will answer. Otherwise, I will see you in game. Salut, salut!